Hi, everyone. It's my pleasure to talk to you on behalf of ISA. I just thought, I'll share my view on, how we see the future of market infrastructures globally. As we all know, market infrastructures have been there for more than 40 years in most countries, 30 years in some, 50 years in some. So electronic clearing and settlement has been there for the better part of the last 4 to 5 decades or more. It also means that one of the pressing needs as we go forward is the modernization of what could be called as legacy that is there in a lot of the organizations, how to prepare these organizations for the future, because there is a combination of what you could call as knowledge gaps that will come as one generation hands over these systems to the next generation, and also the faster time to market that is a need, that is a demand because of frequent regulatory changes, the need to introduce more products faster, etc., etc., which means that we need to modernize these systems. And I think that will be the most pressing agenda for most Western market infrastructures in the coming years. For a lot of the institutions which came one generation after the first wave, even for them, I think this is now a pressing need, unless they have systems which are already open and can adapt to it. One of the other aspects that will accelerate or create the need for this is also digital assets and tokenization. Even if the initial uptake of tokenization and digital assets has been a lot slower than what one would have thought 5 years back, as we look into the future, this is clearly something that will happen. Tokenization is a clear benefit to market participants. And as we look over towards the next, let's say, 15, 20 years, market infrastructures will have to support a combination of conventional assets as we know today, digital assets, electronic and tokenized securities, and as tokenization slowly takes over from electronic securities. So this will also be one of the aspects that will drive the need for more flexible systems that give better time to market and easier operations to the entire ecosystem, not just to the MIIs. The other aspect that we all now need to consider is the fact that settlement cycles are getting compressed more and more globally. Following the T plus one change in the US, a lot of markets are already T plus one. Some are considering T plus zero and instant settlement. And this also combines with the compression of end of day windows, expansion of operational windows. Most markets want to be open for a lot longer than they were in the past. So when you put all this together, you are seeing a huge wave or waves of change in the coming years. And systems and MIIs need to adapt to it. And while they do this, they also cannot compromise on security. They need to be even more vigilant when it comes to cyber. The last point that I would like to make, of course, in today's context is what is the influence of AI and both predictive and Gen AI on markets. Of course, AI will have an impact on pretty much all spheres of technology, including on capital markets. And I would think already we are seeing the use of AI quite prevalent, being quite prevalent when it comes to trade surveillance, when it comes to fraud, when it comes to managing fraud. So I think AI will have a strong influence on how we predict fraud as we go forward, how we look at trading practices and trade surveillance. So when you put all of this together, I think we are headed for some very interesting times, and MIIs and their systems have to be prepared to cope with the wave after wave of change that will come on these markets. Thank you.